Hi, I'm Jim, and today I'm going to teach you how to use the Violin Vibrato Trainer. It's a device that attaches easily to the back of your violin and will hold your wrist in the correct position to practice wrist vibrato. Now, vibrato is one of the most difficult techniques for students to learn. I've been a violin teacher for over 30 years, and all of my students have wanted to learn vibrato, but it's a slow, tedious process. This helps that process go much more quickly. You take the hook on the vibrato trainer and put it on the G peg of your violin. It also works for a 3/4 size violin. You put it on the D peg. Then you let the back of the vibrato trainer rest against the back of your violin. There are cushions here so it doesn't scratch it. And then you stretch these two elastic bands over the points and you're ready to go. Things to remember when you're using the vibrato trainer. You first place your wrist against the peg closest to you. Now pegs are adjustable so that you can make them further apart if your wrist is larger or closer together. Put your thumb a little bit more underneath the neck than normal playing because you're doing a little more supporting of the violin with your thumb when you're doing vibrato. Keep this part of your hand, your knuckle, away from the neck of the violin because your hand has to be free to rock back and forth. Keep your fingers over the string when you're practicing your vibrato. Take your second finger, seems to be the easiest one to use when you're doing vibrato, put it on the A string, and the first thing we're going to do, keeping our wrist against this peg, is just polishing the A string. You're going to slide your finger back and forth on the A string, keeping your wrist against this peg, and that's going to teach your wrist and your hand the motion of vibrato. I put the second peg in here because some students, their wrists kind of tend to flop back and forth, and this will keep your wrist from going this way. Alright, I also sometimes will take just a little piece of Kleenex and put underneath a student's finger, and they can pretend that they're just polishing the string. Now, 5 minutes a day during your practice sessions, just doing this motion. You can support your violin here to kind of hold it up a little bit more so it doesn't get too tedious. And you're going to just rock your finger and your hand back and forth. Remember, you're teaching your hand this motion. Then after a week or two of that, if that feels real comfortable, you take the Kleenex away, try to keep your finger in one spot on the string, and then keep the rocking motion going. Now you're ready to take away the peg. Take away your peg, see if your hand will still do that motion without the peg being there. If it does, grab your bow, just a real slow, metered back and forth motion of your finger and your wrist. Don't want to go fast yet. We're still teaching your hand to do the vibrato motion. If that's comfortable, speed it up a little bit. And before long, if it doesn't quite work for you yet, put the peg back in, go back to doing the exercises. I hope this helps. If you'd like to order one of these vibrato trainers, please go to my website at vibratotrainer.com. Thanks and good luck.